It looks amazing. It smells so good. So let's go ahead. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Meats and Meads. Today we're going to be making a maple bourbon smoked ham. Let's get started. First, go ahead and preheat your smoker to 225 and use your chips of choice. Mine are going to be hickory chips, so go ahead and fill that up and get it in the smoker. Alright, so the smoker is just about done preheating, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the ham, put it directly on the grates of the grill. But first, what I like to do to make sure I'm correctly monitoring the temperature of the inside, because sometimes the old dial on the front isn't perfectly accurate. I'm going to take my meter and put it right in the top, try not to hit any bone, and this will help me accurately gauge the temperature of the inside of the smoke. We're going to pop it inside, and then we're going to cook it or smoke it for an hour and a half. Okay, that will help start glazing the outside and start warming up the inside, and then we'll be back for the next step. Alright, so after an hour and a half in the smoker, what we're going to do is we're going to take a half cup of this maple syrup bourbon, alright, mix it with a quarter cup of chicken stock, mix it together really well, and then just drench it all over your ham inside of a cast iron pan. Alright, make sure it's nice and big enough. This one I believe is a 10 or 11 inch pan. So you're going to pop it in here, then pour over your maple bourbon. So make sure to get it everywhere. Right, after that's all over there, what you're going to do is pop it back in the smoker, crank it up to 300 degrees, and then let it go until it hits 140 degrees internal temperature. And we're going to take it out. And before I forget, make sure you wrap your ham tightly in a tinfoil to make sure that the heat is contained and it doesn't get too terribly smoky. Right. Looks good. Let's get it in the smoker. Alright guys, now that your ham is almost done smoking, right before it's done, what you're going to do is you're going to assemble your glaze. So it's going to be a half cup bourbon, half cup maple syrup, a quarter cup ketchup, a quarter cup brown sugar, around 4 tablespoons of your favorite rub. I use fire and smoked pork rub, and then it's going to be 4 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. So you're going to get that all nice and mixed together, and right now it's delicious. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it in a saucepan, and we're going to get that nice and hot, boiling, ready to go for when the ham comes in. As soon as the ham comes in, you're going to pour out the juices and set those aside for other use if you want to, and we're going to pour this over top and stick it in the oven to broil and really crystallize that glaze and get it nice and hot and ready to serve. So we'll do that right now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this sauce in the pan and get it nice and ripping hot to where it is a rolling boil. And at that point it's going to start thickening up and being ready for use. And now would be a good time to go ahead and preheat your broiling oven to get it nice and hot for when the ham comes in, so it's ready to go. Alright, let's keep this stirring and going. We do not want it to burn. That is real nice. So we're going to bring it down to a simmer. Then right before it goes on, we're going to let it rip and pour it right onto the ham. Alright, fresh out the smoker. See how it looks. Looks fantastic. So we're going to be taking all the juices out of here, put them in a separate pan, then pouring over this nice hot glaze. Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and take out the probe because that does not need to be there anymore. And we're going to flip the ham onto its side and then brush it liberally with our delicious glaze. Look at that delicious mound of meat. Fantastic. Alright, so let's go ahead and pour it on. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. Now you want to make sure to brush it everywhere. Get in all the cracks and crannies you can. Make sure you're brushing the front, brush the sides, get into everything that's opened up. Really, really nice. This smells incredible. I wish you guys could smell it. Oof, that smells heavenly. Terrific. All right, let's get this in the oven for 2 to 3 minutes on a high broil. All right, so something you can do with the drippings is actually make a delicious gravy. So what you're gonna do is get the drippings nice and hot in that saucepan you just made the glaze with, and add some flour to it as you stir, and it'll thicken up. You don't need really much flour. A couple tablespoons of flour will do just fine, and that will make a fantastic gravy. right, guys, the ham is all done. It looks amazing. It smells so good. So let's go ahead and give it a little try in the gravy that I made with the drippings. So nice little piece in the drippings. Look at that. Everything is perfect. The maple obviously really comes through. You get a slight hint of bourbon. And this is just an outstanding ham anyone can make. You don't even need a smoker. You can just do it in the oven, just low and slow. And this will be great. Everyone in our family will love it. So, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see y'all next time.
How'd you get those?
Holy crap!